Welcome. In front of me is a OnePlus Ace 3, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this device. So, to get started, you will want to swipe down from the top of your screen. Now let me just quickly check something. Is there divide? No, there isn't, so it doesn't really matter which side you swipe down from. Anyway, we're going to just extend this list right here by swiping down once more, and you can see we have now all the toggles visible with multiple pages. We're looking for the screen recorder, which for me is actually on the first page right over here. So once you see it, you can either hold it, and this will take you to the settings, which I do recommend actually doing at least once and changing most likely one of the options right here. So anyway, by default it looks to be set to medium setting or quality, which is atrocious. We live in 2025, at least when I'm recording this, not 2000. So we're going to be changing that to 1080p at least. And for some reason, all the OnePluses, Realme, and Oppos have stupidly good displays and phones, yet they somehow insist of basically enshittifying your recording quality. The 1080 16 megabits is all you can get maximum here. Even under custom, you're capped to the same dog shit specifications of 1080p 16 megabits. Other devices can give you 1440p as an option, assuming they do have the display for it, along with up to 100 megabits per second of quality. Where is that option here? Why did you go in and change the default setting to be shittier than what it is without touching it is beyond me. But we're basically stuck with this abominable garbage right here, so we just have to deal with it. Anyway, another thing in here is the frame rate. Now it is set to dynamic, which is automatically adjusts frame rates up to 120 Hz refresh rate. Now, for some reason, moronic reason, there is no option for you to permanently set 120. Again, go figure why. But that, to be fair, doesn't really matter that much, as for the most part you'll probably want to record at 60 frames. Now, anything that you record on this phone using either the dynamic or 60 will be good enough. For YouTube purposes, if you're trying to record something like I am, 120 is just completely redundant or dynamic. 60 is all YouTube can do. Anything above that just gets kind of compressed, removed, and lost. So that is basically a useless option. And dynamic kind of implies that it can swap between them, which this would only be, I guess, useful for you with basically just for the player to switch between, assuming it's in multiple frame rates, which I don't even know how that would work. But in general, I'll recommend 60. Now, don't actually pick 30 ever. Contrary to what manufacturers of consoles used to tell us, that it's a cinematic experience, it's a bullshit experience, and it's trash, and you shouldn't pick it. So select 60, and if you really want to, dynamic. I'll be sticking with 60, as that's what I consider a sweet spot. Now, we have some other things in here which I'm not really going to go talk about, so you can change those if you want to. But anyway, let's find this toggle once more and simply tap on the toggle. First time around, it gets you this pop-up. That's also one of the reasons why I didn't really talk about the audio, as it does show up right here. So you can choose what kind of audio will be recorded, and we have option between system and the microphone, or both. Now, if you're planning to record both, I would recommend using some kind of headphones, earbuds, or anything like that, just so you can mitigate that echo effect that would otherwise be recorded when your speakers are making noise and microphone is picking it up for the second time. Now, I am going to keep it as it is without microphone. We can also check the box to not show this window again, but I'm just going to keep it as it is. And you can see it's now recording. So, whatever you'll do right now will be recorded. Now, this is a Chinese phone, so I don't really have applications right here to showcase some unwanted features with Android that you might occasionally encounter. But I will maybe try. Wallet could actually be one of those. Oh, that doesn't really look like a wallet, it just looks like an app store. And I have no clue what it's written right here, so anyway, I'm going to close this up. Now, once you're done recording, you can interact right here with this window. Click on the square, and this will save your screen recording to your Photos application or gallery. I'm not sure what version we have right here, so we have Photos. So you can open it up. You can see the video right here, but you can also navigate to Albums right here at the bottom, and navigate to either videos or screenshots, and both of them will contain it, which just makes it a little bit more organized in terms of finding whatever kind of screenshot or screen recording you might be looking for. And we can now play it back. Now, one of the things that I wanted to show, but I am unable to, possibly, I guess we'll see once I open up Wallet, will be the option for security and privacy, which Android basically blocks screen recorders from being able to see the screen. This is done for your privacy and security, but some applications tend to use this for BS reasons, for instance, Netflix or Spotify, which I don't have them right here, so it doesn't really matter. Yeah, those use it for whatever reason they want, which disregards completely your personal property, and if you even have an account or not, or install the application or not, this will be done without your permission or even a question. So just know about this. And furthermore, I don't know on this device if it shows up or not, but sometimes you get a little pop-up right here at the bottom letting you know that you can't record the application. So in this case, you know, but most of the time you might just not be notified about this, and you're gonna go on your merry way recording whatever you want, just to later on open up the recording, playing it back, and seeing that when you open up said application, you just get a black screen. Now, that being said, this feature itself is useful. Imagine you have a bank application and a malware on your device, and you're putting a PIN into your bank app. If you have that malware that can just straight up see what kind of PIN you're using in your bank, you can see how that would be vulnerable. But this feature basically prevents that from happening. Or it doesn't really matter as Netflix or Spotify. So anyway, with that being said, hopefully you found this very helpful. And if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.